Hi, my name is Matthew Connolly, Career Counselor here in the BSU Office of Career Services, and today we're going to be talking about informational interviews. In today's conversation, we're really going to be covering what an informational interview is, how to go about attaining one, etiquette, and much more, so stay tuned. So some of you may be asking yourselves, what is an informational interview? I'm already applying for interviews. What is this additional type of interview on top of what I already know about as the traditional interview? An informational interview is a meeting in which a potential job seeker seeks advice on their career, the industry, and the corporate culture of a potential future workplace. Informational interviews differ from traditional job interviews because the conversation isn't necessarily about hiring or a specific job. Rather, the potential candidate asks general questions about the nature of the company or the industry, and really the insider, the employer, learns about the potential candidate's professional character. In short, an informational interview is exactly that. It's an interview in order to gather information, where job seekers, whether unemployed or employed looking for other work options, use this interview to gather information on the field on specific companies and where they might want to work. So now that you know what an informational interview is, you're probably wondering, how do I go about attaining one of these informational interviews, and who do I contact in order to set one up? So typically you'll want to do some research into your field to discover the types of positions that would be hiring you or would be your higher up in that respective industry, so you can really pick their brain on what they look for in a candidate. One great way of finding these contacts is to utilize LinkedIn and narrow down a search based on BSU alums in your respective field, so that when you reach out, you're not just reaching out to like a cold lead or a cold prospect, you're reaching out to someone who has shared your experiences at BSU. If you reach out with a courteous message just stating that you're a Bridgewater Bear and that you're looking to learn about the industry and the field, typically these people will be happy to help. Obviously be socially aware, and if you don't hear back after your initial message, it's okay to follow up, but if you don't hear back after that, they're probably not interested or they're too busy. So just keep various contacts in mind that you can narrow down through LinkedIn, that you can reach out to land some of these informational interviews. So some helpful tips to help you with your informational interviews. First and foremost, always want to do your research. So just like a regular interview, you want to study on the industry ahead of time so you can ask thoughtful, insightful questions so you can gather the best information about the particular industry or field that you're looking into. You want to ask good questions. So ahead of time, you want, in addition to your research, you want to take those research notes to really devise a list of questions to gather the best information as possible. And when the employers are answering those questions, you want to take notes. So you want to be attentive, taking notes on what they say so that you can know what employers are looking for in potential candidates. Be prepared to talk about yourself. Obviously, this isn't a regular interview, but the employer is going to ask you questions as well to get a better sense as to how you are as a worker, so they can give you the best tips and advice that they can. Additionally, don't ask for a job, but approach it as if it were as important as a job interview. Like I mentioned before, although it's not a regular job interview, it's still a way where you're developing connections, you're networking, and you never know. This employer could be building their future candidate pool, and if a position ever opens up, perhaps they'll keep you in mind if you really impress them during this informational interview. So some types of questions that you can ask. These can be questions about the interviewer. So, what do you do here at the company? Why did you decide to come and work here? Stuff like that. You can be asking questions about the company. So what are the main goals of the company, or what is the company culture? Even questions about how to get the job. So you can lay out, I saw X job on the company website. Is this something I'd be a good fit for? What is the best way to find out about opportunities? So on, so forth. And really you can create your own custom questions based on your research, which again, why it's so important to do that research ahead of time so you can go into it with a game plan in mind. So most importantly, send a thank you note the next day. The professional being interviewed is really doing you a favor by providing this information. So it's important to just be mindful and treat it as a regular interview, including that follow-up. Okay, that's it from me. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions or if you want to schedule an appointment with us, we have a variety of different appointments, cover letter writing, resume writing. We can help you with interview prep, career counseling, job search strategies, networking, and LinkedIn. We do have other videos on our YouTube channel that dig deeper into these topics, so definitely check those out. And if you want to schedule that appointment with us, contact us at 508-531-1328. Thanks, and have a great day.